Hey everybody, it's Chuck. I'm here with Chris and Eric, and guess what? This is what we're calling a side of bacon, which is when we're at the end. When it comes to the end of the show, we just talk about some other things. So you know what? Today's going to be about the Mandalorian and the end, because you know what, Chris, I have no idea what's going on. So you really need to straighten me out on everything we saw that happened at the end of the Mandalorian, because I'm confused as can be, and I know a lot of other people are out there too. So let's get right into this. The Mandalorian. We just saw the last episode. What were your thoughts, everybody? First, let's go right there.
Spoiler alert first.
Yes.
It's labeled. Guess what? It's going to be labeled that this is the last of the Mandalorian. If you're in here listening to this,
if you're listening to this and you haven't watched the Mandalorian
there's still a
yet,
preface.
what are you doing?
There's a preface.
Okay. Thank you. We entered it. If they don't know, I mean, we just said we're going to talk about the end of it. If they don't know to stop listening now, then that's their own fault. But let's get into it.
What exactly are you confused about, though, Chuck? Throw me.
What
I am confused. First off, why is Luke Skywalker there and he's young as can be? There's my first question.
It happened. The storyline. He's already explained this. I'm going to jump on you. I'm sorry, Chris. He explained that this happens directly after the quote unquote 6th movie.
Yeah. This is allegedly 5 to 6 years after Return of the Jedi. So Luke Skywalker would be roughly 30 years old, somewhere around there. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. That didn't... Okay. I don't know. Okay.
There's been rumor and talks about, like, the whole reason why Snoke, is that his name?
Yeah.
Gets a lot of his power, his whatever, is from Grogu.
Yeah.
That's all. Obviously, that's all rumor right now.
It's a theory.
Theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else you got? Keep them coming.
Okay. So my thing also is, I'm going to try and keep it the Mandalorian before we get to the very end of what happened.
Didn't you just go to the
very last part?
Oh, you mean the after credit thing?
Well, that's the only part that confused. Yeah, that's the only part that confused me. Was okay. All of a sudden, Luke Skywalker's there. Okay, I got that answered. I get that.
Okay,
so that's fine. What else happened there? And so, my question is now: is there still a Mandalorian? Like, is this done and they're moving on to something else, or this is still going to continue as a?
John Favreau was on. I don't know, Good Morning America today, I think it was. Was it today?
It's the first I'm hearing about that, but I saw that it was confirmed that it's two separate
two separate series. Which I wasn't confused by. For some reason, I wasn't confused by that at all, but like a lot of people seem to be. I don't know why.
I was. I thought it. I guess what confused me was the fact that they announced a show for December, literally exact same time as Mandalorian 3, which was in December.
Yeah, the time.
So I thought, and they announced it within the show, and they didn't announce it. Like, I understand, like, whatever, not ruining something, but my original thought was, season 3 is going to follow Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people.
And that's exactly what I thought. Yeah. And that's what confused me. That was another part that confused me.
I think it's great that it's not, and we'll see mostly just to see what happens with the Darksaber.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
But I think it's just kind of weird to me that they're going to have concurrent shows like that.
Well, I think what they said was the Boba Fett show is going to stop, and then the Mandalorian is going to be like immediately, like right after it, like picking up.
So Boba Fett's going to be like 4 episodes that start off December, and then by the time it ends, it's
going to be a limited series.
It's a quick mini series.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many episodes, but they said, I think they said Christmas Day, Mandalorian season 3 is going to.
Right, which at most gives you 3, 4.
Yeah,
not even 3. It gives you 3 episodes if you're actually starting in December.
Well, depending how they release them too, maybe they could do 2 at a time or something like that. Like the
I guess.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna be longer episodes too. You know, like who knows?
Okay.
So Christmas.
That's
Christmas Day of 2021 is a Saturday. So if they release it on Christmas Eve, that would be the Friday.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There's the 3rd, 10th, and 17th before the 24th. If they go with their normal Friday release schedule.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, so here's my next
Yeah.
question. Here's my next question. Why was it such a big deal to see Boba Fett killing all those people and then sitting where Jabba the Hutt was sitting before?
Because Jabba was like the crime boss of
Yeah.
the Star Wars universe, basically, or one of them. And so apparently the guy who he shot was from Return of the Jedi. His name was Bib Fortuna. He was like his concierge in that movie. And then
Yes.
apparently for the
Yep.
last 5 to 6 years, he's been eating nonstop. And then also running Jabba's business, I guess. So now
Okay.
apparently Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are going to be running stuff now, you know?
Large and in charge now.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought there was just something else that happened where it was like he was promised that city or something, like they took it away from him and he went and that was my interpretation of it, of like me not really like following the whole story as well as I could, but I was like, okay, he was supposed to have it, or maybe Jabba promised it to him, or like, you know, like getting into his ranks somehow, and then he lied, and so then he killed this guy to like basically take over. That's where from watching it, that's where I went with it, but obviously I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so, but we'll see.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
maybe they'll explain it.
Yeah, I mean, yours sounds definitely more on point than where I was going with it, but that's just my initial reaction to it.
I think Ming-Na
but
Wen
what-
sold that shot too. I think it would have been cheesy without her. Like Boba Fett's just sitting there on the throne doing nothing, and she walks back and grabs a bottle of spatchka and just sits
Bottle.
down and starts drinking it.
Takes a sip and then sits on the arm.
I mean, that was like the most, excuse my language, badass thing I've seen in a long time. The way she did that, it was just like, whoa. I don't know. Honestly, I was looking at her the whole time. I wasn't even looking at Boba Fett. Like, it was like, what is she doing?
Okay.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well-
So, I mean, overall though, how do you feel they ended? Like, you think it was a good ending? Do you feel they could have done a little bit better on it or something?
I think
or?
it's the ending everybody wanted. You know, people talked about it. Like, the people that I've been talking to had thought that was going to be a possibility, but like that Luke Skywalker was going to show up.
Luke
you know, but like,
would be a possibility.
yeah. I mean, just from the time frame, the way they, you know, Ahsoka says
And
in her episode, like, there's not many Jedi left, which is kind of like alluding to the fact that like there's not too many other people that could possibly be during this time period. And it would have been kind of lame if they had just, you know, brought some new Jedi in or something like that. You know, they really,
Yeah.
it was really the only way they could have ended it. But like, I didn't know personally whether they were going to go there. You know, like you think it would, but like I didn't know whether Disney was going to do it. You know,
How do you feel about the CGI ish the
yeah.
de-aging? It wasn't even de-aging. It was just face replacement. It was basically like a deep fake.
Yeah, it was basically remember Conan
Yeah.
O'Brien when he used to do the thing where it was someone's face and then he would just make the lips move and the eyes and stuff. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It was like slightly better
So-
than that.
I saw a couple negative reviews just talking about how bad that looked to them, and it took them out of it.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on that?
I would agree. I would agree with that. It took me out of it. Like I had to watch it probably 3-4 times to like really appreciate what was going on in the scene. Because I'm like sitting there staring. Because at first, when they first did it, I'm like, wait a minute, is that a de-aged Mark Hamill or is that an actor? Like I was like, you know, because they had talked about Sebastian Stan, the guy who plays
Yes.
the Winter Soldier, doing it. So then I was like, oh my god, it's him. Like I was looking at it and I'm like, oh no, it's not. And then like, because they didn't, it was like kind of quick at the first, you know, when they were showing him.
The first
And,
one.
and he didn't say much, you know. I think they did something weird with the audio too, where they were like editing old clips of Mark Hamill's voice or something. You know, I don't know, because that's not what his voice sounds like anymore. You know,
Yeah.
he's got like
Can you de-age a voice?
I don't know how any of that works. You know, I would assume they just like edited old recorded audio. I mean, he's done enough stuff that like they could probably do that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost feel like there might be some sort of like de-aging, like just like something where they manipulated a current record instead of like taking something old.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think they missed an opportunity there too. Like I almost feel like they should have done Sebastian Stan.
I almost feel like they didn't realize, like there's been a rumor of Sebastian Stan taking up a Luke Skywalker mantle for a while, and so much rumored that he even I don't know, argued for himself to have the role at one point.
Right.
I don't know if they were just oblivious to that or they just were like, oh, we're just going to de-age. I guess, like, I don't know. If they have any sort of plan to continue on with a story like that current rumor is, like, you almost want to think that they had something in mind and they would use someone instead of that whole de-aged look
Right.
or
Yeah.
CGI type of thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things that kind of points to maybe they don't have like a series in the works because
Right?
it feels like they would have done it there, but
Right.
who knows? Overall, I thought it was a really good episode though. But like I had to watch it. I know a lot of people got emotional like with the Grogu, like going with Luke and like saying goodbye to the Mandalorian and everything, but like it was hard for me to go there because of the de-aging thing. Like I'm sitting there like watching this like I don't know.
You are too distracted by Luke to worry about
Right, exactly.
Din and Grogu.
I think the
Okay.
and then him taking the helmet off the week before, I think it kind of
Yeah, exactly. It was too much.
Oh, so you're saying that loss as a effect?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think it was I don't have a problem with them doing it in the Bill Burr episode. Like I thought like the reason he did it was a good reason, especially within the story, you know?
Yep.
But
Yep,
I do
exactly.
think it minimized the effect of him taking it off at the end, though. So I mean, it's
Yep.
I don't know.
But Pedro wants to take that off more. He wants his face to be seen.
That's the rumor, right? I thought the Dark Troopers were a little disappointing, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were almost too. He only had a face of the one, but it's like they were almost too easily defeated in the first part, and then they were gone. And then they came back, and then they didn't even get to do anything because then just Luke came up and chopped them all
yeah,
up.
which was cool. I also thought
It was cool.
I thought though, like the sound design when Luke was going nuts, killing all those things, like I thought it needed a little more oomph. Like I don't know what it like. I think they were being too dramatic with the music, maybe, but like like the lightsaber sound effects, like they didn't have like a pop to them that I feel like they should have. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe they're trying to make it look like Luke fights a little more elegant than like I don't know. Because everyone like obviously is comparing it to the Darth Vader hallway scene at the end of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Because it's they kind of like mirror each other, and then like there's one other hallway scene in Star Wars with a Force user. I'll just throw that out there.
Okay.
Lesser known, I would say. So that's like the thing, I guess, now in Star Wars is that some Force user goes berserk in a hallway. But I also think the episode would have been a little lackluster if Luke Skywalker didn't show up.
I mean, I enjoyed it up until then, but I agree that was certainly the turning point, the climax, the like, oh, this is badass now, I guess.
Right. Yeah. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about, I guess. Well, I mean, I could talk about this for hours. You guys know that, but the part I thought was so well. No, okay, a couple things.
Well, let me get comfortable.
I hated that like he fell for the Moff Gideon thing with the where he's like just take.
Oh yeah.
I hated that part. That was I just feel like he wouldn't be that dumb. It goes back to like what we were talking about with the Force seeing thing.
But at the same time, he could be that dumb because he's wearing Beskar. So if he sneaks up on him, oh well, he's not going to do anything to me because I'm wearing Beskar, which is exactly what happened.
Right. True. Also, while you brought that up, when the Dark Trooper was like smashing at his helmet, like I get why his helmet didn't break, but why didn't his visor break?
I kind of thought that too.
it's like a Beskar plastic alloy.
Yeah. And then I also thought it was weird that all of a sudden he started carrying the Beskar staff around. Like he should have been carrying that around ever since he got it. If they were going to have him use it, because it was a little too convenient that he just decided to carry it.
That it had it that time. He didn't have it at all in the previous episode.
No. And I thought like it was maybe like it collapsed or something, but then when you saw him carrying it on his back, like obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing? I thought it was dumb when he walked in the room and he had the Darksaber ignited. Like, why did he do that? I get it. It was for dramatic effect.
To show it off. Because it's cool, man.
Right, but like, I mean...
Tell me if you didn't have the Darksaber and you walked into another room, you wouldn't want to show it off. Like, hey, look what I got, guys.
Right, but he didn't care about it though, right?
Yeah,
right.
He tried to give it away.
Didn't care about it, but at the same time, I just messed up Moff Gideon. Check out what I got from him.
Right. I guess. I mean, that's what I would do for sure. For sure. I would just sit at my desk at work and just be like vroom, vroom, with the thing, you know, breaking stuff. But I also thought it was dumb when Moff Gideon like shoots Bo-Katan at the end. And he literally shoots up her, and it hits her everywhere where she has Beskar and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
I mean, it's always convenient.
I mean, that would have been the perfect time to do, like, a small little flesh wound. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have to die, obviously, but, like, maybe get hurt or something.
Tis only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound. And then I just thought the Dark Troopers, they were just like basically the robot version of the Incredible Hulk, where all they did was smash things. And why do they carry guns? Why do they carry guns? Why aren't they just built into their arms? Like they're robots, so why would they carry guns?
But this was a good episode, guys. Just so you know that this was a good episode.
I didn't get a Hulk vibe. I got more like a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Well, you know what I'm saying though. Like they're supposed to be like these technologically advanced trooper things, and all they do is smash stuff. You know.
But can I say like they're supposed to be technically advanced, and they don't even have like simple like LED screen or simple like screens to sit there and talk to each other. They got to like. I mean, I know they have the holographic stuff when they show it. It's like, okay, that's cool. But like to talk to each other, they're using like radios still. They're not even like, using like what we're using right now to even communicate to each other.
For the past. Remember, this is way in the past.
Right. Well, the Star Wars, they do like a good job of like the movies were basically made in the late 70s, early 80s. And they try to keep it into like what technology was around.
Same realm.
I know.
If it's not
I know.
Yeah.
So
anyway, no, but I really enjoyed the episodes, but like I like to nitpick.
That's what it's all about.
So
give it a couple of weeks.
And
I can start nitpicking about shows.
But we'll save it for another side of bacon. And are we good on that one? Yeah, so side of bacon right there. This is something new we're trying. Let us know what you think. Just quick little clips we're sitting there putting together so that way, trying something different. So this was a side of bacon with Eric, Chris, and I'm Chuck, guys. And we will see you next week. Hopefully for either another side of bacon or bacon on the rocks.